Little chat about rain barrels today. This house came with a rain barrel. I don't know anything about this rain barrel, except that it's not winter proof. Some of them are, and any rain barrel I buy in the future will be winter proof, because this one is warped and will have to go by the wayside at some point. You have to go to recycling. I'm guessing it's about 60 gallons. I do like having it, but a point I'd like to make about rain barrels is that they're no help in a drought, because they can fill instantly. A couple minutes of rain can fill up a 60-gallon rain barrel. But in a drought, you will use that 60 gallons in a few days, and then you'll be using the city water or your well water, whatever you have. So rain barrels are okay, but they're not a solution for drought. And in some places, I guess they're outlawed. I think those laws are stupid, frankly. And I don't see them, holding up in court, because they're, I don't know, some weirdo got an idea that you're stealing water from other people by collecting rainwater, which is, you could make the same argument about a sewer pipe, it's just weird. So anyway, here we go. Here's my cucumbers. Gotta mention, I'm filming this for the second time. First time my card ran out of space, so I just went in and erased the card, and hopefully we won't run out of space again anytime soon. These are the burpy bush cucumbers. Burpless bush cucumbers. This particular plant has been doing very well with the heat and rain. Coming week we're going to have less rain, and it's going to be downright cool in the 60s and 70s, so probably won't progress that quickly. Anyway, it's got a little bit of, let's see what, oh, you can look here. Got flowers on it. Over here are the cucumbers I grew. They are not burpless, they are bush. I don't know what their name was. I threw the seed thingy out, but anyway, they're doing okay, but they're not blooming yet. So anyway, over here, here's the red Norland potatoes growing in a strawberry bag. I'm not sure what kind of harvest I'm going to get, because they are growing in a strawberry bag, but they are showing signs of coming to the end of their season. Red Norland grows very, very fast, so by the end of July we should have potatoes. And here's my lettuce garden. Got a lot of purslane growing in it. I think that's how you say it. And that's a weed that is actually edible, so I'm going to let it grow. And I also planted nasturtium around the edges, but it hasn't come up yet. And here's my carrots with some weeds. Let's see here. Let's get rid of that weed. We don't need that there, do we? Alright, a lot of weeds. A lot of weeds here. There used to be an Illinois newsletter called the Weed Patch Gazette. And there's a good reason for that. Illinois is full of weeds. It was a gardener's newsletter. And basically all about pulling weeds. Okay. There we go. Oh, there's another one. It's a little bit muggy out today. We just had a cold front come through and rained all night. But it's, I'm kind of getting too hot out here. Okay, anyway. There's my basil coming up from seed in the tomatoes. Let's see here. I thought that was basil, but I think that's a weed. We'll just let it grow another couple days. It's a different color than the other things, so. Yeah, it's a weed. That's a weed. A lot of little weeds in here too. Here's my unhappy bush tomato. I can't spray it with green cure yet because it's raining so much and it's been hot, but sometime this week I'll spray it. And there's the beef master, which is doing okay. It's got a little leaf spot on the bottom though. Let's see if I dare step into the garden here. It's so muddy. Here are my Russian mammoth sunflowers. Growing beautifully on this side, but on the west side, a little bit smaller for whatever reason. I've noticed sunflowers tend to do that. They don't grow evenly. And here is the candy corn. Sweet corn. It's doing okay. And here we got our burpee stringless, I don't know what they are, but they're bush beans. Coming up here. A lot of weeding to do, that's because of all the rain. And those are my my own variety of tomato that comes up every year in this garden, no matter what I do. I did transplant those. They were in the middle of the garden where I knew they wouldn't survive with all the pumpkins. So I transplanted them, and they're doing good. Still not flowering, but they will in another couple weeks. There is my transplanted watermelon. There we go, and there's the volunteer lettuce, volunteer red onions, and lots of weeds. Here is a Cronus pumpkin that started off life very leggy, but is looking better now. And there's another, I think that's one of my volunteer tomatoes. Those are about the size of a golf ball, and they come up here every year by themselves. And here's another Cronus tomato, pumpkin. That one will start off leggy too, and it's doing very well now. Look at that, sending out a vine. Another Cronus there. Volunteer here. Guessing it's a cargo, I'm not sure. Another Cronus. And over here, the biggest Cronus is over there, but is surrounded by, I'm thinking these must be racers. They might be a combination of racer and red warty thing. And more volunteers here. One of those is huge, my gosh. And even more volunteers over here. And it's got to be cargo over there, because that's all that was over there last year. Yeah, so it's going to be crowded in the garden this year. And I have to do a lot of spraying for powdery mildew. But I'm not pulling anything out because I'm not interested in growing a giant pumpkin or anything like that. So I'll just let nature take its course. Does look like it's going to start raining again, so I'll stop here and I'll see you next week.